I'm glad to be back in Lancaster now. I always like coming to Lancaster now. Not so much when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, I used to come down here to get my ass kicked by these strangely strong farm boys who had no sense of humor. I had a buddy who fancied himself a ladies' man and had a thing for girls from Lancaster because he said they were all pretty, all very pretty, and all not so bright, which I guess was his criteria for the perfect woman. But I said, come on, how can that possibly be true? How could they all be pretty and not so bright? And he said, well, I'll tell you, man, Lancaster County has 500,000 people and 7 last names. You do the math. Of course, that's ridiculous. And I want to apologize on his behalf to the Martins, Millers, Yoders, Stoltzfus, Lapps, Smiths, and Weavers. Tonight's theme is, oh, by the way, he married a Lancaster County girl. The last time I heard, he had 8 kids and was a successful melon farmer out near Lidditz. As my father said, you chase women until they catch you. Tonight's theme is pet peeves. I don't have any pet peeves myself. Anybody who knows me knows I'm pretty much a crotchety old man who hates everybody and everything, so finding one pet peeve just wouldn't be possible. I got rid of all my pet peeves years ago. I ran into a guy I knew, and he was drinking in a bar in an afternoon. He had a cast on his arm, and he had just gotten divorced. Now, I had just gotten engaged, so we comparing stories, and I asked him why he'd gotten divorced, and he said, you know, the one thing you love about your fiance, the one thing you love most about your fiance is the one thing you will hate about your wife. I said, what do you mean? Well, it turns out he had married a woman with an Irish accent. Woman from Ireland, thick Irish accent. And he loved that Irish accent. He thought that was the sexiest thing in the world. He used to have her talk dirty to him in Gaelic. But when they got married, he got tired of saying, what? All the time, and having to play translator between her and everybody else, and really got tired of the way when she said the word cute, it rhymed with douche. And he really hated that she said shite. And one day he said, enough, left the house, got a divorce. And it got me to thinking. I had just gotten engaged, and I was wondering, was there something in my relationship, one little tiny thing that would be magnified when I got married to the point that, you know, I'd lose it? And I thought, French fries. As you can tell, I loves me some French fries. And when my wife and I got together, whenever we'd go get fast food, she would take all our fries and dump them into the bag. And we'd have this communal bag of French fries. I loved that. I thought that was great. It was a great idea. But what I miscalculated was our fundamental approach to French fries was different. She eats her sandwich, has a few fries. Bite a sandwich, few fries. I am more of a French fry connoisseur. I believe that French fries need to be eaten hot and immediately. So I eat all my French fries first. And that caused a lot of friction between us, even though I was very scrupulous about not eating anything more than my portion of fries. She accused me of eating all the best fries, which was actually true. Because if you are going to wait until your French fry is just this, you know, cold, hard potato turd, then you deserve the little toenail-shaped French fries and you don't deserve the long 7-inch golden hot center cut French fry. You gotta love it. And I thought, that could be the thing that breaks us up. And then I realized, I squeeze the toothpaste in the middle of the roll, and I leave wet towels on the bed, and leave the toilet seat up. So I really don't have any room in my life for complaining or having a pet peeve. So I got rid of that. I ran into my friend's wife at TELUS, as a matter of fact, many years later. And I got to talking to her, and I could understand her through her Irish accent. And I said, does it ever bother you that your accent is what broke up your marriage? And she said something like, what bollocks is that gobshite spreading now? And it turns out the dude smoked too much dope, drank too much, couldn't hold a job, and she was cool with that until he raised his hand to her. And then she broke his arm and broke off the marriage. So you have to really pay attention to whose stories you listen to. Pet peeves. Who wants to get started? Let's find out.